Hello guys, AB here. Today I'm gonna do a short review for my latest RTA season, Spring 2026. So let's get right into it. This spring season was plagued by Isseria, right? Because they released Isseria like 2 weeks before it closed, and a lot of comps that were good before, um, they were not that great after Isseria release. For example, Renak. So Renak is the one unit where she really struggles against Isseria, cause if you S2 and Isseria counters, the game is probably over because Isseria is gonna push either Ras or Yuha. So this makes picking Renak on 3 really awkward as first pick because whenever you pick Renak, you kind of have to take a ING check against Isseria. So this is why I feel like Renak is like the one unit that is really how do I say it I wouldn't say off meta, but she's just not that great towards the end of the season after Isseria. So alright, let's go through my units one by one, and I'll just do a short review of why I built this unit towards the end of the season, I guess. So okay, I still had my fastest gear on Renak towards the end because everyone was trying to clip right with Ren and stuff. But funny enough, I did not outspeed a single Ren, so it's kind of sad. Okay, but maybe I did, but I'm pretty sure I did not outspeed most Rens. That's what I meant to say. So, because everyone is like crazy fast, right? So, you know, even Epion's Braceria outs outsped me. I mean, it's no longer Epion, but Arun Yang, I guess. Like her Braceria outsped me, and it was zero imprint to zero imprint. So everyone's crazy fast nowadays. So Venom was a unit that I used for a bit, but I did not towards the end of the season. Uh, Partially because I don't really like the cleave, but he's very strong if you prevent Balian and DN is open, right? So Bracia is the one unit where I have her geared because a lot of players are playing really greedy. They go like Rel and Yuha, right? So she's good to have geared. Towards the end, I was testing out like Yuha prevent because I saw someone do it, and uh, I don't know if it's that good though. Because towards the end, I wasn't really playing my own stuff. I was just testing, other players' comps, right? So but yeah, I'm not sure if I like Lua too much, because like she's only good if you prevent Yuha, but even if you prevent Yuha, like she's way too much of a how do I say it a gear check unit. Okay, so she's okay. So a lot of players are gonna pick DN without Balian, right? Without Balian prevent. So in order to pick Lua, you're gonna have to be able to tag the DN. So you need really high effectiveness, and if you do not have like 200, I mean, because you're gonna pick her with around most of the time. So like even for me, my effectiveness might be a bit too low. I was running this on her, right, 140, but if I run 140 effectiveness, she's really squishy. Like you cannot get all the speed, the bulk, and the effectiveness at the same time. So yeah, Law is just pretty hard to gear in my opinion. Polly is the one unit where she was really good, but then she kind of fell off because of everyone playing Minak. But I guess towards the end, mm, she was good again because of Hysteria. Like who knows, right? I did not see much poly player myself, so can't really say this unit is like that great towards the end of the season. Jellica, okay, I pick her sometimes, but she always lose because like she's way too weak to set the country. So okay, this is the one unit where I feel like she kind of fell off because again because of Hysteria, right? So Celine's really not that great because of Hysteria. Luna is Luna, she does a thing. Okay, Sigurd, this is gonna be the MVP of the season. Like she's like really good for almost every playstyle, whether you're Cleave, you're turn two, if you're let's say aggro, right? So one of like the strongest unit of the season. But she's only good if you're not relying much on fear. So what do I mean by that? Um, let's say you pick like double DPS on your team, and you don't really care that you miss your fear, then Sigurd is good. But if you pick Sigurd just to fear your opponent and you're relying on fear on because if they wake up you lose, then Sigurd is not that great, right? Because she's very inconsistent. Bao is Bao, you pick Bao sometimes. Okay, Lady of the Scale, still really broken, right? So yeah, but you kinda need Pursuit set on her, so um, if you have Pursuit set on her, she gives abundance. She gives a 2.4k buffed abundance to everyone in your team, so that's really nice. Okay, Aki is really good, but he's very niche. Like it's only good when you have Byseria and yeah, he's like he can one shot Frieren, Celine, make Chloe, Barunka, stuff like that. So another secret on Peria's artifact. Okay, Mel Peria was pretty good towards the end of the season, but I was trying her out. And I gotta say, I don't like it that much, but I see like every Korean's picking Emma Peria, so she has to be good, right? But I'm not really sure. A hang guy just for Loa, right? Okay, I'm not gonna go through units like Caesarea, Shuri, because like they're not very good. Shu, not really, not used. Okay, Yuha. Yuha's like one of like the most broken units too. Although I have to say, she's only good if, you have Real on your team and they do not pick by Syria. Otherwise, she's kind of weak to like, Winak and stuff like that. So, yeah, she's OP, but uh, she's only good with Real, honestly. Like, Yuha and Real has to be like the most broken combo ever. And especially if your opponent do not pick by Syria. Because I don't see how they're ever gonna win, but who knows, right? Tenebria, I mean, just a debuffer unit. Um, 270 DDR to pair with 0 for Queen's Whistle. Not much else to say. Nakro, against like Isera sometimes, although I never pick her. Robin, I was gonna try her after the buffs, but I've not gotten to test her yet. Festive Edda, tanky with Book to Soben. Not much else to say. Raminta, not much else to say, right? It's just, a pretty standard Raminta. Lilica for Zeo and high effectiveness, so she can land on Arcadis. A slower Celine with more damage, I guess. Arcadis, immunity and 100 ER with like 20k health. Um, I kinda like idols on her, but I think Eternus might be good sometimes too, so yep. Strays, not much else to say. Sid, not much else to say about Sid. Tanky Furion, right? Above 10.5k health to survive Pursuit Winak. Although I don't pick her that much, honestly. Ludwig, not much else to say. Fast Dilibert against Ram players, I guess, but she's not even that good. Because, like, they always have DN or Furion on their team, and she's bad into, like, both of them. So, yep. Byseria, slow Byseria with, like, Pursuit set and some damage. Prot set Veronica. So, one of, like, the techs against Ren is to run a Prot set Veronica. So, when Ren has 3, he can never strip her. Because you have 3 buffs, right? You have, like, Guiding Light, you have Barrier, and you have Immunity. So that's why, when they run DN and Ren, your Veronica always goes. So that's pretty nice. Bihu, Shuri, Mildred. Okay, okay. I mean, Flan just Flan. Laika, damage Laika. Slow TML to one shot Isseria. So I run this to one shot Isseria if they are playing like Isseria and Revivers, so it's pretty nice. 249 Zeal, okay. A fast mod. I picked this with Byseria. Cause you kind of want a fast mod if you are running Byseria, right? So yeah, a fast mod is better. Charlotte. To pair with Zio, Milim against Landy sometimes. Elena against Byseria Cleavers. I mean you can build her faster, but it doesn't really matter, right? I have a slow because I like to pick what's the name Isseria with her, and when they go units like what's the name? Mod and ML Elena. Uh, you know, I just ban Mod because ML Elena goes before my Elena even after an AOE. So I kind of like my slow Elena just for this. Solitaria, Dragon King Sharoon, Real, one of like the most toxic unit for the season, right? Okay, my Real's like crazy good though. Yeah, she's 97 and yeah, her gear is really good for the left side. So yeah, I can make her like 25k health and maybe 100 ER, but yeah, like it's not really that big of a deal. Make Chloe. This make Chloe is on Unfading Memories, and the others on Water's Origin and Immunity. So there's a slight difference. Although I picked this one way more. Okay, this is the Furion I pick a lot, a damage Furion. I mean, obviously it's on bulk. I just forgot to change artifact for Guild Wars. Yeah, she's really well geared, around 100 ES, and yeah, one of like my best geared units, I guess. Her Kate, okay, I farmed for her for quite a bit, so she's pretty well geared too. Although I do have 7 effectiveness that I would like to get rid of on her boots into flat attack. And maybe if I get her artifact max and SSS, she'll be at like 4k attack. But her stats are really good, right? Pretty bulky, and I'm pretty fast too, so kinda like her build. Warfare Laya, I don't really pick her. ERSPP, I don't pick her. Ungeared, Slow Luna, Tori, not don't really pick her. Aram, don't really pick her. I don't really pick any of these units. Says, I do pick him sometimes when I have Zeo. And Slow DDR, don't really pick him. Slow Achilles, don't really pick him. Destina, don't really pick her either. Fern, okay, I pick Fern sometimes because like she's really good against Isteria. Because if Isteria misses, she can't get hit. And when you don't get hit, you don't take extra damage. So that's very nice. Last Rider Crowd against Furions. DN. Okay, I kind of like effectiveness. I mean, I was running a fast DN, but towards the end, I kind of slow her down. And I kind of like ER on DN, even though my DN is not very good because like her neck is garbage. Her left side is nothing crazy too. But I kind of like a DN with like almost 350 crit damage, 25k health, and like maybe 60 or 70 ER. Because 270 ER, yeah, it's good against like most debuffers, right? So, and you can always have some AoE imprints from like your knights. So she'll be like 300. So I kind of like ER on DN. It's really good. Um, Effectiveness is good too, but I feel like ER is more useful. But that's just my personal opinion. Balian, I guess. Counter set Balian, not much to say. Yeah. Aria on this artifact. My Aria's not that good because like she has way too much attack. I mean the GS is high, but yeah, I have 16% attack and I have 70% attack here. So if this was like, I don't know, health or something, I think it's better. If this attack was health or something, it's better, right? So, but you can choose your role. So this is what I got. Um, Lionheart, which I pick her sometimes. Um, this is a holder for Notos, right? So not much else to say. Okay, I think that's it. Everything else, offset rail, which I don't pick. Okay, Rust, yeah, Rust. So this is my Rust. I have a damage Rust, and yeah, it's pretty good, right? I kind of like Rust on damage, although he dies to a single Hua Shui without Soulburn, so that's something you have to be really careful when you play a damage Rust. But that being said, my S2 S3 kills almost every Hua out there, so you know, it's not always about being able to tank the Hua. If you can one shot the Hua, it's even better. So there we go. Okay, the video is getting a bit too long, so I'm just gonna go through a few more units. I think that's it, right? I don't use any of this Hasedi. I guess Setsuka, but I mean Setsuka is all about dodging, so not much else to say. And then the base speed. Oh wait, I have this on her because when I was running Aureus, there was a lot of Strays players, so I took her off Aureus, right? So there we go. And the base speed counter Hua. Yeah, and I think that's about it. Yep. I mean Christie, no one cares about Christie, right? Yep, that's about it. So all in all, I would say I had a poor meta read towards the end of the season, which is why I couldn't contest for Hall of Fame. But that's fine because I was kind of busy with my job and I don't really have time to like study the meta too much. So whatever free time I have, I was just playing. And if you're playing without studying, it usually doesn't go too well. So yeah, no excuse for me. I was just bad at the game, I guess, right? So maybe next season will be better. I'll try to like if I have time, I'll try to like study a bit more before the season ends, right? So that way I can at least contest for Hall of Fame. Oh, Barunka. Okay, okay. So I have a POV Barunka. I kind of forgot about this in it. I have a POV Barunka and Rocket Punch Barunka. Although I do have to say she kind of fell off towards the end. Um, I mean she's the POV one is good with Furen by Syria, and the Rocket Punch one is good with Mid Chloe. But the thing is Syria kind of destroyed the Mid Chloe comp. Like even if you have Mid Chloe on your team, like Isera just does too much damage sometimes. And especially if they have another DPS, Bronca, Mid Chloe, and Aureus user might not be enough to survive, the counters and stuff, right? So, yeah. Alright guys, that's it for today, and yeah, these are my units that I geared for like the end of last week. So, I mean, I had like a slightly more faster Loa and on higher effectiveness, but the differences between the builds are very small. So, like what you see here is basically what I ran for like the last season. So it's not like a big difference, but yeah, um, I did not ungear like everything else, right? So everything is the same. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.